And now we're back.
Yes.
Welcome, everyone. It's so nice to have you here. Thanks for choosing to attend this breakout session for working in London. It's a reality that employers are facing a huge challenge across Canada to hire quality candidates. So I think it's timely to have the discussion. And also, as a newcomer, I can say that once we get here in London, we start looking for meaningful work commensurate with our experiences. So today, we're going to have some people to talk about this. So first, I want to say that if you have any questions, you can turn on your camera, your audio, and ask the question. We can have some time at the end of the panel discussion. And also, when you come back to the main event, we're also going to have more time to ask questions. Okay. So my name is Fabio. I am the mentorship team lead with Employ. And it's my pleasure to introduce you to Kapil Lakhotia, President and CEO of London Economic Development Corporation. LEDC supports business in various ways, including enticing companies to come to London and invest in our city, assisting businesses to find spaces, resources, and talent to help them grow, and helping people find rewarding career in London. So thank you so much, Kapil, for attending the event tonight. And I'll ask you to please share a story, give us some overview on London's labor landscape, and describe the shifts in jobs and skills that might have occurred during the pandemic that could help newcomers prepare for this reality.
Excellent. Thanks, Fabio. Thank you for having me. Appreciate your Employ and the organizing committee's work in putting this great event together. So as Fabio mentioned, my name is Kapil Lakhotia. A little bit about me is I came to Canada as an immigrant in my early teens, primarily for university. I started in London at King's University College, and I started with economics. Upon graduation from King's, I went to Waterloo for graduate school. And sorry, there's a message in chat saying difficulty with audio. Can others hear me, or is it just one?
We do hear you, yes.
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay.
I am hearing you. It is well for me.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you. So I went to Waterloo for graduate school and found myself to come back to London for a teaching opportunity at Western. And I taught for 5 years at King's. And ironically, my life has come a full circle at King's, as I'm currently the chair of the board of directors at King's University College. So from starting as a student to teaching and now chair of the board, I've done a full circle at King's. They can't get rid of me now. In terms of what I do, I run the London Economic Development Corporation. I've been the president there for about 7 years now. As Fabio mentioned, we work with new companies from all over the globe to set up new operations in London. Some of the names you would recognize are Maple Leaf Foods, that's building Canada's largest poultry processing facility in London. They plan to open next year with 2,000 jobs in London. It's the single largest food processing investment made in Canadian history, close to $1 billion in corporate investment there. Dr. Utker from Germany, Broza from Germany, we've got Hanwha from Korea, and the list goes on and on. So these are the new companies that have come to London over the last couple of years, and we work with a lot of local companies to help them grow and expand as well. In terms of some of the ways London landscape is changing that you should pay attention to, food and beverage processing is really taking off in London. There are well over 8,000 positions now employed within the food industry. And when we talk about food and beverage processing, it is not just the production level positions. These include head office jobs. These include a lot of engineering, finance, business development, marketing, supervisory, and a host of other head office functions as well. Food processing operations are very automated and technically sophisticated now, so they require a lot of engineering, maintenance, millwright, electrical, and a host of other STEM occupations as well. Manufacturing continues to be important. We are home to a lot of defense, aviation, and automotive components manufacturing companies. Again, the same premise as food processing. There's a lot of engineering, human resources, manufacturing, and head office support functions there as well. In terms of our technology portfolio, which we call digital creative, there are over 300 companies in London that employ well over 9,000 people in that sector. For those of you with a technology background, I would invite you to check out londontechjobs.ca, which is our job site for posting openings within the technology cluster. At any given point in time, we have over 150 positions posted on this portal at any given point in time. We have staff that updates it every day. For those with engineering, human resources, and manufacturing backgrounds, I would invite you to check out londonmanufacturingjobs.com. And these are all listed on our website, ledc.com, London Economic Development website. So we can keep you informed of all the different positions that are coming up. And finally, we do job fairs throughout the year. Fabio is involved with some of them as well. Very recently, there was Manufacturing Matters Conference that was held virtually with various speakers from the manufacturing industry talking about trends, changes, what's coming, what's happening. So I invite everybody to pay attention to those job fairs, those industry conferences, to keep yourself apprised of what is coming to London, what is happening, and how best to position yourselves for relevant opportunities there. So that's a little bit about me and a little bit about how London's economic landscape is developing. The bottom line here is lots of growth is happening across the board in every industry sector in London. Construction is booming. There's residential, industrial, commercial construction happening all over town. So lots of employment opportunities with those who have trades backgrounds. Manufacturing, as I talked about, life sciences and healthcare is another growing area, not just in frontline healthcare delivery, which are our hospitals and medical institutions. There are also private sector opportunities with a lot of labs, a lot of medical manufacturing, like Anvo Pharmaceutical Group that's opening its facility. We have medical packaging companies and medical device companies like Trudell Medical and a host of others. So there are both public and private sector opportunities in healthcare as well. So I'm being mindful of time, Fabio. I'll take a pause here and we'll come back to the Q&A. Thanks again.
Thank you so much, Kapil. Very valuable information. And now, next on the agenda, we're pleased to introduce you to Farouz Touni from La Société Économique de l'Ontario. Sorry for my French. London's economic health is dependent on new business and entrepreneurs willing to take on the challenges to start these businesses. Farouz will share information about resources and programs available to support people interested in taking this path to success. Farouz, thank you so much for coming tonight.
Merci beaucoup, Fabio. Bonjour, hello, مساء الخير, hola. I will be happy to share the presentation, and I will be switching from French to English as I can. It's taking some time. Et voilà. Et voilà. So the presentation is about resources and information for Francophone entrepreneurs. So, and the newcomers who are willing to open businesses. So, as I mentioned, I will be switching from French to English. So, bonjour, merci beaucoup pour votre présence aujourd'hui. Je m'appelle Farouz Touni et je suis agent de développement économique à la Société économique de l'Ontario. Aujourd'hui, nous soulignons la journée des nouveaux arrivants à London. Je tiens à remercier aussi nos bailleurs de fonds du gouvernement du Canada pour leur soutien continu. Cette présentation est sur l'entrepreneuriat francophone, ressources, informations et outils disponibles. So, as I mentioned, hello again. My name is Farouz Touni. I am Economic Development Officer at SEO, which is Société Économique de l'Ontario. However, my office is in London and I help people in London. Thank you for being here with us today for the Newcomer Day in London, Ontario. The presentation will be about the entrepreneurship for Francophones, resources, information, and tools available for entrepreneurs and newcomer francophones in our region. Comme vous pouvez le lire en face de vous, les petites et moyennes entreprises, ce qu'on appelle les PME, sont au cœur de l'économie canadienne. Elles occupent souvent des créneaux importants et des rôles que les grandes entreprises ne peuvent pas combler. En décembre 2019, l'économie canadienne comptait au total 1,23 million d'entreprises avec employés. De ce nombre, 1,2 million, qui est 97,9%, étaient des petites entreprises. So the idea is that the small businesses and mid-sized businesses are the heart of our economy. As of December 2019, the Canadian economy totaled 1.23 million employer businesses. Of these, 1.2 million, which is equivalent to 97.9%, were small businesses. Selon Statistique Canada, 5,3% des immigrants possédaient une entreprise privée 9 ans après leur arrivée au sol canadien, contre 4,8% des personnes nées au Canada. Un rapport indiquait que les entreprises appartenant à des immigrants étaient 8,6% plus susceptibles de mettre en œuvre une innovation de produit qu'une entreprise gérée par des personnes nées au Canada, et 20,1% plus susceptibles de mettre en œuvre des processus innovants. Immigrants drive our economic growth in Canada. In 2010, 5.3% of immigrants owned a private company after living in Canada for 9 years only, in comparison to 4.8% of people born in Canada owned a business in the same year, 2010. Also, immigrant-owned businesses were 8.6% more likely to implement a product innovation, goods and services, and 20.1% more likely to implement a process innovation. All this information are from either Statistique Canada or Immigration Canada. Ici, pourquoi devenir entrepreneur? Ce qui nous motive à devenir entrepreneur, par exemple, c'est la stabilité, le temps, la sécurité, l'argent, la liberté, les défis. Beaucoup de gens aiment les défis et surtout les récompenses. Mais surtout, c'est faire ce qu'on aime et aimer ce qu'on fait. There are drivers where people want to be entrepreneurs. For example, they seek for stable life, freedom, and free to put their innovation in their work, manage their time, control their activities, and they want to do what they love and love what they do. À la Société économique de l'Ontario, nous mettons à la disposition des entrepreneurs une gamme de services et programmes pour répondre à leurs besoins, des ressources du gouvernement fédéral et provincial et aussi d'autres organismes. On a par exemple la boîte Growth Wheel, ce que vous voyez là, le programme de mentorat, des incubateurs virtuels, des services d'accompagnement personnalisés et aussi des occasions d'apprentissage et de réseautage. We provide at least information for resources available for Francophone that are from government, federal or provincial, or from other organizations. We have Growth Wheel and we have incubator virtual for now. We have mentorship programs and other opportunities for learning and networking. What we see here, yeah, I switch. So que vous voyez ici, excuse me, I think I have missed something. So I have said that, and now we have this tool that is from the government of Canada, yeah. So, ce que vous voyez ici, c'est un outil interactif qui regroupe énormément d'informations à jour en fonction du secteur de l'activité, la région et la structure de l'entreprise. Cet outil a été créé par le gouvernement du Canada pour trouver les programmes et les services pour les entrepreneurs en phase de démarrage ou de croissance. So what you see here is a tool for Business Benefit Finder that the government of Canada has created for entrepreneurs to find the right programs and services, whether for starting up or scaling up. Je retourne un petit peu sur la boîte Growth Wheel. À la Société économique de l'Ontario, nous mettons à la disposition des entrepreneurs cette boîte qui est une boîte à outils visuels et interactifs pour les aider, quel que soit l'état de l'affaire ou de l'entreprise, en démarrage, existante ou croissance. La roue de Growth Wheel regroupe les domaines que nous devons constamment évaluer au sein d'une entreprise. À la SCE, oui, At SEO, we use Growth Wheel. It is a toolbox and a cloud-based platform for businesses to make decisions and take actions. It helps startup and growth companies with their businesses and to avoid any blind spots using the framework and identify the most important focus area for the business. Nous avons des ateliers et des formations, une multitude de webinaires tout au long de l'année, spécialement en mode virtuel, pour aider les entrepreneurs à acquérir des connaissances précieuses pour leur propre développement, ainsi que les bonnes informations et les bons outils pour développer leur activité. On les encourage à bâtir des relations de réseautage, interagir avec d'autres gens et des entrepreneurs pour élargir leur réseau. Et on a aussi un programme de mentorat après 6 mois de création d'entreprise. You will have access to webinars and workshops that are offered throughout the year to learn from experts and interact with others to create your network. After 6 months of creating your business, you can have access to a mentorship program. Et maintenant, c'est ça mes coordonnées. Je vais peut-être écrire en moi mon courriel pour que vous puissiez m'écrire. So this is, if you need more information, please feel free to email me or call me. Our website, seo-ont.ca. Sorry, sometimes I mixed the letters in French and English. Sorry for that. Merci, thank you.
Awesome, Farouz, no problem. Sometimes I mix Portuguese to English, no problem. So thank you for sharing those details about how to be an entrepreneur here in London, in Canada. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about resources that we have available for people looking for jobs. So many organizations here in London, they provide employment preparation, and everything starts with a career counseling, where someone is going to help you set targets for your employment journey. Also, you can have your process for accreditation of your credentials. So you had a graduation back home, you have a diploma, you have a certificate, we can help you with that. But also, if you want to pursue licensure here in Canada, we can help you understand the path for that. We also can offer some workshops for employment preparation. So resume, cover letter, a very unique process here in Canada, and we need to understand how to tailor the documents when you apply for jobs. And also employers are looking for people that are able to showcase the skill set they have during an interview. So we have the whole process planned so that you can understand the dynamics here in Canada. Once you're job ready, you can be referred to 2 different services. One is mentorship, where you're going to be paired with someone that belongs to the same profession that you're looking for opportunities here in Canada. And this person is going to help you in 2 ways. First, give you understanding about your industry and help you connect with people within your career. We know as newcomers, we lack social capital because we don't know a lot of people as we used to do back home. So it's important to start connecting to get to know people that work in the same industry that you're looking for opportunities. And of course, we have the process that we call job match, where companies come to us offering opportunities for newcomers. And what we do, we shortlist the best candidates according to the job descriptions, and we forward them to the process. So those are programs and services that we have here in London, free of charge, which is awesome, either for employers or the newcomers looking for jobs. So it's a win-win for both sides. You can have access to all organizations that provide those services. If you go back to our website to get involved in London, you're going to have a toolkit that can explain all the services available and also talk about the organizations that do so. Right now, if you have any questions that you can ask Kapil, Farouz, or myself, you're free to ask right now. Unmute yourself, turn on your camera, and let's talk.
I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
I do actually have a question for Kapil, sorry. I love the videos that LECD created a while this morning in London, today and this evening, but I know that they're a little outdated now. And I was wondering, do we have any post-pandemic videos planned for the future?
Thanks, Jen. That's a great question. You're absolutely right in your observation that that today, tonight was more like today 5 years ago. So it is being updated. As we look to develop the film and television industry in the city, we are working with a number of new productions that are coming to London. In fact, some of these productions have shot their movies or their television series during the pandemic in London. So we have a lot of new footage from all of those areas. So yes, short answer is we are looking to refresh that video content very shortly. But good catch.
Who else?
Hi, I have a question.
Yes, Julie, go ahead.
If I'm not currently in London, Ontario, I'm more closer to London, UK. Maybe a move coming up for myself and my husband. We will be coming under his job. So I'm just wondering if there's anything, any organizations or anything that will be for a spouse and for me to be able to come and work and, get into a job field in that way.
Yes. Well, as I said, we have several organizations providing services for employment here in London. I work for one of those, Will Employment Connections. So if I could tell you what to do right now, I would encourage you to reach out to one of the organizations. Of course, I want to ask you to come to Will because I work there and I can guarantee that you're going to have a good service, a good counseling, and then you can start a journey. As I said, there are particular processes here in Canada that we need to understand to be successful, and we have workshops that address those matters. So I think that if you are able to attend some workshops that we have, I think you're going to be very pleased to understand the dynamics that we need to navigate here in London.
Okay, fantastic. And what's yours again? It's Will. Is it on the?
Yeah, it's Will Employment Connection. So it's wil.ca. That's the website. And we have an info email there that you can send us a message, and we're going to contact you, have a screening process, and we're going to start from there.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Julie, can you tell London, England to change the name of their river and some of their streets? People mix these things up.
I know.
Do that, that'd be awesome.
It will be weird because, I live almost in Chatham. I know you have Chatham. I live in Medway right here. My actual area is Medway. So it will confuse the heck out of everybody if I do move over. They'll think I've gone crazy.